Alright, here you go again, Mitch the ultimate multi-instrumentalist. I can't say that myself. Here you go, just talking about the oboe again. So now I want to talk about different ways to make octaves on oboe. So like on the flute, okay, here you go flute again. Flute, there are a few notes that actually use different fingers, okay. So like if you have low D, then octave higher is that, right? Lift up your index finger. But then if you go higher than, well, actually more specifically it's the E flat, but so if you go that range, you just have to use your embouchure. So I'm not doing anything with my fingers. Oboe, it doesn't work that way. Well, sort of work that way, but you still have to have air to overblow. But you push octave keys or vent certain keys. So this is how it is. So let me talk about half hole first. Okay. So half hole, where it happens is right here. Left hand, first finger. Okay. And then the way we do it is we slide, or roll this first finger downward towards the middle finger. Then, do you see that hole right there? So expose that hole. Okay, like that. So when do we use that? When we have all 6 fingers down, then that's when we use. So, now this note, by the way, doesn't require much of a breath support or anything. So if you play that low D, by the way, it's by itself, low D is not necessarily the easiest note. So if you're a beginner, if you can't get that low D out, don't worry about it too much. Okay, it will come with the experience. So don't worry about that too much. But so that's how we overblow that D, and most likely even without the any breath support, any warmth to that higher D, you shouldn't have any problem with that. You could just play that note just by venting it with pretty much the same amount of air. Now, so then other fingerings that call for this half hole is any fingering that use all these 6 fingers, except B flat, low B, and C. Those fingerings you do not use half hole to blow octave. So low C, you have that fingering, that 2-finger fingering, and then low B natural, the octave higher is that 1 finger, and low B flat, so octave higher is that fingering. Okay, so those 3 we won't use the half hole. Although low C fingering is to use a half hole, and sometimes actually it's not a bad effect if you want to go very, 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 very loud in the low C, and then very faintly go octave higher. So in that kind of case, so that's low C. Some people do that, and it's kind of fuzzy note, but it's quiet. So if you use it appropriately, it fits. But most likely it's not shown on fingering chart. Okay, so what other fingerings that call for these 6 fingers down? Well, D flat, C sharp, or E flat, or D sharp. So that's D and D flat. By the way, this D flat with a half hole is a very, very, very fuzzy sounding note. That's one of the ugliest note on the oboe. So if you play that note and if you feel like it doesn't sound true, that's not your fault. It's the instrument. So keep that in mind. All right, then so the E flat. So there it is. Now then octave key. So once you lift up any of these fingers, so either that, or that, or that, of course, then you have to close that thing back up and push the octave key right there. So this is called first octave key. And you might have seen my instrument or somebody else's instrument that has one more octave key on top of this first octave key. That one is called a third octave key. And that is kind of optional. Okay, so without that, it is still full conservatory system if all these keys are there. Okay, so if you lift up, let's say E natural. So E natural fingering octave higher is not half whole because this finger came up. So octave key, the first octave key. So that's low E. Then just push an octave key though. It's not a real automatically going up. Well, okay, I can't make it not going up. But if I don't push the air faster, do you see that the high E is kind of flat? So you have to push the air a little faster, okay? And then after that, it's a first octave key up to G sharp. Let's see. Can you see this way better? Probably. Then what do we do after that? There is second octave key right there, side octave key. And then the way we do it, not pushing like this up and down with your wrist like that. It's more like actually a doorknob turning motion. Okay, so it's from here, I guess, from from the elbow. So you just turn your entire wrist this way. So I'm pushing it. Now, then your thumb does not have to go off from the first octave key because, check this out. So, if you push this, do you see that this one opens? Right? And then if you push that one, do you see that this one closes and this one opens? Like that. So, you do not have to take your thumb off from that. Okay? So, going from G to A will look like this and sound like. Okay, so that's about the octave overblowing system, and anything beyond that, we're not going to cover that right now. All right, so here amidst the ultimate multi-instrumental, I was able to say it. Signing off. Bye bye.